Hello and welcome back to the Austin Physio YouTube channel. For today's video we are showing our 5-minute routine to help with subacromial impingement. So to start off with the routine, it's absolutely key to add ice to the area. So this isn't going to be part of our 5-minute routine, this is just key advice to help with the pain around the front of the shoulder. The reason why you want to add ice, and normally we say for about 2 to 5 minutes over the arch and down into the bicep. The reason why we're placing the ice here is you want to reduce the inflammation around the subacromial bursa, so a fluid-filled sac in this area. If we can reduce that swelling, it will reduce the likelihood of soreness and pinching around the front of the shoulder. So before we start, always adding ice first. So for the first 30 seconds, we want to start by releasing through the pectoral muscles. So we can do this through massaging across the chest area. And the reason why this is so key with subacromial impingement is although it's the supraspinatus tendon and the bursa getting pinched around the front of the shoulder, if your chest muscles are really tight, what that will do is it will pull the shoulder forward. So you want to start before we do any stretching, just trying to get blood flow and massaging through the area. For the next 30 seconds, what we then want to move on to is finding trigger points into this area. So as you're coming across the front of the chest, you might find something that is particularly tender. And so going through trigger points like we said before, what we want to start to do is hold it, take it to around 8 out of 10 with the pressure and keep it still until it relaxes. Again, moving across, so you're finding all of the really tender tight points across the pectoral muscles. And again, starting from where the pain is in the shoulder, moving across towards the sternal area. Next, we want to start to stretch through the biceps and the pectoral muscles. So I'm using the side of a fridge to do this. Higher up is going to be too sore initially, so just drop the arm down and then you're going to turn the head and the torso away. So probably if it's initial stages of impingement, this might even be too far to stretch it. So we're looking for quality instead of quantity, wanting to hold this for 30 seconds. So initially if it's really acute, what you might do is just reduce the amount of stretch, because the idea is you want to stretch through the pectorals and the biceps tendon as it comes up, holding for 30 seconds. So just keeping it there and then relaxing. So for the next 30 seconds, we want to start to gently roll the shoulders back. So same idea of what I was saying before about trying to bring the shoulders back when we release through the pec. So for 30 seconds, we want to roll the shoulders back. And the reason why we're not making this a bigger movement through the shoulders, i.e. bringing the arm right up, is that it would be way too sensitive initially to do this normally with most people with early stage impingement. So we're just trying to improve the quality of movement. So just trying to open up through the GH joint, as well as stretching back through the chest and opening up through the area. Once you've done this, bringing hands into your side and you're going to pinch the shoulders together. So same idea of bringing the shoulders back, but what we're aiming to do is just bring it back in a more pure movement backwards. So you're actually firing the posterior chain, so the rhomboid muscles, to fire to bring the shoulders together to keep the body in a more upright position. So again, we're doing this for 30 seconds, so holding for a couple of seconds on end range and then relaxing. For the next 30 seconds, similar to what we did before, we want to actually relax around the traps and the left scap muscles around the back of the shoulder. So this is the painful side. We're looking at adding massage up into the neck, so right the way up, as well as down across the shoulder. And this is so key because it gets so unbelievably tight all around this area, particularly if you've been holding it in a guarded position. So for 30 seconds, you just want to massage through. And then once you get to the end of this 30 seconds, what you can then do is similar to before, you can start to trigger point release. So you can start to hold it. So obviously if it was on this side, we wouldn't be able to do it with a bad shoulder, but using this hand, we're going to find a point of tension and just hold it still. You want to try and release some of these trigger points. So again, coming up higher, you want to start to open up through here. And this is where you can be really effective around the area that's really sore. So even though you don't want to do too much movement through here, you want to make sure all the surrounding structures are relaxed and moving as well. Once you've released through there, what you can start to do is add in a little bit of a stretch. So again, using the good side to enhance the stretch. So you're going to turn the head away, look down, and then using this hand, you're going to guide that stretch. So you should feel it pulling all the way down here. And again, we want to hold that for 30 seconds. And the reason why is that if we're guarding the shoulder or holding it in an abnormal position, it's so common for the neck to get unbelievably tight as well. So just holding that for 30 seconds. Good, I'm feeling that stretch. And then relaxing, coming back up. What we would then want to look at for the next 30 seconds is actually moving through the neck joint. So the most effective stuff for the shoulder with the impingement initially is going to be obviously adding ice and getting it relaxed and moving very gently, but also really key to keep your neck moving. So we want to do 30 seconds looking side to side, so just gently moving that neck in that lovely range of motion. You'll probably find when you turn away it will be quite sore, so after you've massaged, you know, moving through the area, and then for the next 30 seconds just dropping down and then looking up towards the ceiling. So again, we're moving the neck, and it seems probably a little bit bizarre if the pain's around here to be moving the neck, but it's crazy how much the body compensates. And so normally when people come in, they start to get neck pain, neck symptoms referring or coming in association with the shoulder pain. So we want to get it all moving. The final exercise is a pendulum swing. So you want to do it like, imagine your arm's like a dead arm and it's just hanging down. You want to use the body to create this motion. It's really hard because you feel like you want to use the arm and move it yourself, but you're kind of using your body as you're swinging forward to create that motion, and it's just trying to regain that movement through the shoulder. We want to do this for about 30 seconds, so you can hold on to something, or you can do it freestanding like I am, and the idea is you want to get blood flow to the area but help to improve movement without causing too much pain.